Havana's Giardia. Welcome to Havana. I am tour guide Camilo, and today I'm going to tell you a very special story about this place. So, let the wind sing its song, tell the tales of the times that have gone, let it rustle the leaves, for in true love we do believe. So close your eyes and let me take you back in time. The year is 1537. King Charles I of Spain was impressed by the courage and bravery of Don Hernando de Soto, a Spanish explorer, conquistador, and a strategist, and made him the Captain General of Cuba in Florida. At his return to Spain, wealthy and famous, he fell in love with Isabella de Bobadilla, daughter of Pedro Arias Davila, another renowned conquistador with whom de Soto started his incursions in. These two were inseparable and were soon married. Don Hernando and Isabella arrived in Havana, Cuba, and resided in the castle, where the general took up his post to guard the bay and defend the city from the pirate and corsair attacks that were common in the day.
Why do you stare at the sea so longingly, my love?
I am an explorer, my love. The sea calls out to me, as if there are so many places I am yet to discover, yet to set my foot on.
I am not letting you go anywhere. Never. I cannot leave a moment without you.
And I without you, my love. But I cannot promise you that. The sea is my first love. I cannot help it, but that doesn't mean I love you any less.
Whatever it is, I will never allow you to go.
The salty ocean breeze whispered to the lovers as it tousled their hair. Isabel couldn't hear it, and neither could anyone else, except for Don Hernando, as he knew that there would soon come a day when duty would call, and he would have to set sail, leaving his wife behind. As the two watched the silhouettes of the sails of the harbor boats, Don Hernando smiled at his wife, the woman he loved so much. He felt secured and protected in her company. But the tides were soon to change, and fate had an unfortunate destination arranged for the lovers. Captain General, a messenger has arrived with the news from the king. Bring him in. Don Hernando's heart skipped a beat as he knew what message he must have received from the king.
Captain General Don Hernando de Soto, His Majesty King Charles I has accepted your request to set sail into North America for expedition.
Wait, your request?
Don Hernando had forgotten about his ambition to explore North America and the request he had placed before the king for the same. It was some time back, and I had totally forgotten about it. What else did the king say?
The king wants you to set off at once for the 4-year-long expedition.
4 years!
Don Hernando looked at his wife and then hung his head low. Thank you for bringing the message. Tell the king I will set out soon. Tears ran out of Isabel's eyes as she dashed out of the room. That evening, as Isabel stood at the tower fighting her emotions, Don Hernando came to stand by her side. For a moment, he said nothing and accompanied his wife in her gaze. Then, I am sorry I failed to remember to tell you about my request to the king. Truth be told, I had completely forgotten about it myself. Isabel, look at me. I love you with every breath I take. You complete me. I do not want to spend a moment without you, let alone a day. You're my world.
Leave me alone.
You've always been proud of me, haven't you? You fell in love with me because of my courage and my dedication to the Spanish crown. And now, you ask me to take my steps back?
Then take me along with you.
You know I cannot take you. It's not safe for women to travel by sea for so long. You will fall sick, and I cannot let that happen. But I promise, I will be back soon.
You promise?
I do. And whenever you miss me, just come here and look at the horizon. The wind will carry your scent to me on the other side. And soon, one day, I will come back to you. And if you ever feel lonely, just look at the moon, as it will be watching us both. Convey your message to its light, and I will bathe in its shine. That will carry your message. Isabel pressed her eyes and hugged her husband, unbeknownst of what was to come. And so, on 12th May 1538, Don Hernando de Soto set out with his men for their planned 4-year continental expedition from Havana on 7 of the king's ships and 2 caravels. With tons of heavy armor and equipment, they also carried 600 men, 24 priests, 9 ships, and 537 horses, along with plenty of provisions. The forlorn Isabel, who was now the regent governor of Cuba, waved at her husband as she watched the ships move further and further away from the coast.
Was she standing right here?
Yes, somewhere here, yes.
And then what happened?
Then begin the longing, followed by the long waiting. Isabella de Bobadilla, who was now the most powerful woman in the area of the Americas, governed the island with courage and dedication. She had promised her husband that she would take care of it, and that promise she wasn't going to break. But the heart is also a strange thing, isn't it? It clings on to what we want the most and clings on to it pretty adamantly. Months passed, and soon Isabel began to grow strained and anxious. She missed her husband and began to spend time at the top of the tower.
If you can smell my scent and feel my beats, know that I am strong and await you with every passing minute. Come back soon, for I miss you. Come back soon, for I love you.
Months faded. Don Hernando de Soto traveled through various parts of what are now the United States, crossing Georgia and Alabama, where he discovered the Mississippi River. It is said that in those days there was a legend that a fountain of eternal youth could be found close to the river, and Don Hernando wanted to find this invaluable treasure, as it would be the biggest treasure for the king and would bring an end to his expedition. We must find the fountain of youth at any cost. I want to go back to my wife.
But, sire, we don't know where exactly it is located.
So then, we will locate it. That's what explorers do. But the brave explorer did not find the Fountain of Youth. Instead, on May 21st, 1542, he actually met with a fatal fever which took his life. In his last moments, Don Hernando de Soto remembered the love of his life. As a drop of tear trickled out from the corner of his eye, a soft breeze brushed his face, and in it he found the smell of his wife. Smiling, he closed his eyes at the western bank of the Mississippi River, which saw him depart forever. Oh no! And what happened to poor Isabel? Ah, Isabel. Isabel was far from guessing that in the distant lands her husband had died and he was never going to return home. She waited, and waited and waited and spent years sitting in the castle tower, looking out at the horizon over Havana Bay, searching for signs of her husband's return. Or she wouldn't eat or drink and spend most of the hours of the day at the tower, seeking into the skyline, hopefully trying to discover the silhouette of a ship bringing her husband back.
Oh, moon, the loyal companion of the night sky, has loyal as the love between my husband and I. Yes, my husband, who is across the seas. Away from me, I have a message for him. Please carry it to him for me. I am strapping my message to your milky glow. Tell him, I cannot take any more of this sorrow. I cannot see him, but you sure are accompanying him. Please convey my message. I am dying to see him.
But Hernando's boat never came, and instead of it came the news of Hernando's death.
No!
Poor Isabel couldn't take it, and eventually died of a broken heart in the year 1546.
That's so sad.
Wait, the story's not over yet. For Isabel is still alive, and so is her hope for the return of her husband.
What?
Yes, you see, touched by the tale, sculptor Geronimo Martin Pinzon made a statuette to be a weather vane that since the first years of the 1630s has guarded the highest position in the northern bastion of the castle of the royal force.
That statue is of Isabel's? Wow!
Yes, the woman holding her head up high and looking into the distance is her. The statue has been named as Havana's Girardia, inspired by El Giradiro, located in the Sevillian cathedral. But what you see currently on top of the royal force is a replica. The original piece was torn down by a strong hurricane that hit the island in October 20th, 1926. Today, after having been restored and showing the splendor of the past time, the statue is now in the city museum. But replica or not, this is how Giardia tells us about her misfortune and keeps calm while guarding Havana. Maybe Hernando is not dead. And maybe some of the travelers from distant lands will someday bring the eagerly awaiting news to the restless Isabel de Bobadilla. Some people say that at times she lowers the eyes and looks for her husband among the passing faces in the city.
Wow, thank you so much, Camillo. We will carry this tale with us forever.
You're welcome. Now let's show you the other attractions of Havana.